Okay. We are live. Okay. Probably should have went live after I got a sip of water. But anyways, hello everyone. This is Royce. Now, Royce, just to give you a little backstory, if you haven't watched on our Facebook page where I was introducing Royce here, Royce has been adopted by probably the sweetest family, the nicest family I've ever met, in my entire life, But anyways, they basically adopted me into their own family, like barely even knowing me. If they knew me, I'm sure they would reconsider. I'm just kidding. But anyways, look at that. Don't give me the stink eye. I'm just kidding, Royce. I'm just kidding, buddy. You're okay. See how he shows his teeth to me? You're all right, Royce. So this is much better though. Before he was just growling at me and barking at me. So the way I've gotten to this point here where he's okay with just me sitting here next to him is Belia, yes, a new video, awesome. Bella, Liz Vargas, too funny. Yeah, right? It's funny watching it, but to be the one getting bit, not so fun. Okay, Marky. And he's bitten me several times before, but I never take it personally because when I first met him, when he was first adopted, I couldn't even groom him. I basically just kind of gave them some dry shampoo. And I was like, I'm really sorry, but I can't groom him. I can't touch him. He was like, I was telling him like he won't even let me near him. I can't groom him. So I gave them dry shampoo. I was like, just use this dry shampoo. It'll help a little bit with the smell because he reeked. And I was like, just try to brush it as much as you can. But even then, with them, I mean, you don't want to like try to do things that might break the trust too early when they just adopted him. So, anyways, the second time I came. I think even the second time I couldn't groom him. Like I just like we just did like an introduction kind of, and then we groomed him, and so this is probably my fourth or fifth visit. I think I'm sorry. I should keep better track, but I think this is my fifth time grooming him, and so basically he knows who I am, but I feel like he feels threatened every time I come. Like he has a really good thing going on here because he came off the streets in horrible condition. He was limping. He was walking on three legs, and one leg looked like it was pretty much useless. It looked all skinny. But now there's a little bit of meat to it now, and he's actually walking on it. So he's looking much better. Like see this? So he's looking much better. See how healthy he looks? He was all skin and bones and just nasty when we first saw him. So now he's looking good, feeling good, but he's still, nervous. And the fact that he's just laying here ignoring me is still better than him like shaking or growling at me. So this is still really good. So I'm gonna have to get him from here up to here on this table here. So how do you get him from here to here when he's growling and biting and showing his teeth, right? Oh, hold on. Okay, Kim Marquis. Hey, what's up, Kim Marquis? Liz Vargas says, "Oh no, gloves? Nah, I'm not gonna use gloves. I'm gonna let him just bite my hands. See these construction hands? All these calluses, like rocks, baby, like stone. Look at that, like oak, baby. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm sorry. Liz Vargas. I use meditation dog music. Exactly. And the thing is, I don't have meditation music playing, but I'm always bringing myself back to my breath and just trying to become, aware and just notice my breathing and make sure that I calm myself down and be aware of my breathing. And so this becomes like a meditative practice for me almost. Kim Marquis, beautiful home. Yeah, right? Hi, Jan. Yeah, look at this. Oh my goodness. I mean, oh shoot. Not to brag, but I mean, who lives like this? Who lives like me? No, I was kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyways, oh, look at that. He did not approve that joke. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Look at him. He's like, shh. Say that one more time. Make a bad joke like that one more time. See if I don't bite you. That's what I feel like he's saying in his head, All right. I'll stop with the punchlines, buddy. Okay, so let me put this down on the stand, on the tripod here. So I'm gonna, because I can use both hands. All right, buddy. You're okay, Royce. You're all right. How are you? Remember this activity? Are you okay, buddy? There you go. See, so with an insecure dog, oh, you can't even see what's going on. With an insecure dog, I like to go from underneath. I don't like to go to the over the top of the head because he's already insecure. And so by going over top of him, it might make him feel a little bit more, like more pressure on him. So by going underneath, I'm kind of helping him feel a little bit more better. And when he goes down, so I can't pet him down here, then I can go up here because that's all he's presenting to me. Good boy. There you go. Alrighty. Good boy, Royce. Alright. Hey, I remember you. You remember me? Alright, let me get some water. Sorry about that. I was grooming a really large lab earlier today. Oh my goodness. And just dust and dander everywhere. So I'm already kind of, All right, Kim Marquis. Oh, yeah, he's relaxing with you, starting like that. Sweet baby. Yeah, and by investing a little time in the beginning, before the groom, by investing this time just to help him relax and feel easy with me, I feel like this is the dentist coming out to a very scared child, right? And the child knows what's gonna happen. He knows he's about to get sit in the chair, and then the dentist is gonna drill his teeth. And it's not that he doesn't know what's gonna happen, and that's why he's acting. He knows exactly what's gonna happen, and that's why he's acting like this, right? So it's like the dentist coming out and say, "Hey, I'm Dr. June. Nice to meet you today. I'm gonna take really good care of you, all right? It's really you're doing really good, buddy. And so it's like that dentist just coming out and just kind of introducing himself first, and putting you at ease before he actually starts drilling your teeth. And so that's how I feel about this. Step one, building rapport. And so then all through the rest of the groom, you'll notice that he really won't put up that much of a fight. It's just going to be here in the beginning before he gets on the table. But once he gets on the table, it's almost like once he gets on the table, he realizes, all right, it's going to happen, and he just really, he just accepts it. Okay, Crystal LaCroix. I noticed you apologize a lot after cracking jokes or being funny. You shouldn't feel sorry for just being you. Thank you, Crystal. I really appreciate that. If you go through my comments and some of my videos, there's a lot of people that might disagree with you, but I really appreciate that, Crystal. Look at that, see? He's like, another one? You just busted another one? What did I just tell you about that? That's what he's... I'm sorry, Royce. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Okay, anyways. Kim Marquis, I love him, right? He's so sweet. Because he's not aggressive. If he was aggressive, he would be attacking me right now. He's not aggressive at all. He's just scared. So as long as we realize that, even if he bites me or no matter what he does, we can respond, not react to it, but respond to it in a loving, understanding way that's accepting of, how he's feeling. So let me put this camera here on the table while I go down there and try to get him so you guys can see what happens. So you guys can see my Wing Chun, you know what I'm saying? My Kung Fu is too strong. His resistance is futile. No match for my Kung Fu. All right. Right, buddy? Ocha. I just told him how last time I scolded you, right? Took you to school. No, I was kidding. I'm already like, my voice is already like changing up because I'm scared. Shoot. Oh, let me shake it out. Nobody likes to get bit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but I just embrace it. Kind of like how Army guys, they say you gotta embrace the suck, and MMA guys, mixed martial artists, they say you gotta embrace the grind. For groomers, I guess you just gotta embrace the bite. I'm just kidding. I'm not advocating people purposely getting bit or intentionally getting bit. All I'm saying is that when I pick him up to put him up on the table, he may bite me, is all I'm saying. Right, buddy? Okay, so I'm gonna use pressure release again, just to get him near me and away from the door. So I'm gonna apply pressure. Come on, buddy. There you go. Even if it's a stumble, if it's just a little bit where he's coming towards me, I'm gonna let go of the pressure. So, there we go. So you kind of look towards me. So I released it. There we go. Come on, buddy. There you go. Come on. There you go. See? So he's slowly learning that the pressure is on. Come on, buddy. There you go. Until he comes towards me. Right, buddy? And then when he comes towards me, the pressure releases. So then he learns that him coming to me is what I want, you know? And that when he does come towards me, he gets that release of the pressure that he doesn't want, right? So now that I have control of his head and he's away from the table, away from the wall, I'm gonna go ahead and get closer to him, right? So the closer I am to him, the less he can really attack. Kind of like in wrestling. Well, they say, I've never wrestled, but you know, a wrestler, when he gets punched in the face, he wants to get as close as possible to the guy that's punching him. He just wraps up to him, and that way he doesn't get further damage. So the closer he is to me, the better I have control over him. And so then I'm gonna lift him up comfortably. See that? So I have his back and his front control, so that his spine is, you know, not in a weird position. You know, I just want to make sure he's very comfortable. And then, let me make sure that you can see on the camera. Because I'm not just going to put him on the table. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay. So I'm not going to just place him on the table. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have him, there you go, see that? I'm going to have him go on the table, see that? So even though he's not tall enough to where I could place his front paws on the table, help his back end on the table, even though I can't do that, I can still place his front paws on the table, you know, and have him walk on the table himself. That way, now that he's on the table, since he walked on the table, you know, he feels a little bit more comfortable about the situation because he feels like he had a little bit of a say in what happened, right? Thank you, Royce. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, Royce. Okay. So now, let me put my mask on, actually. Okay, let me see the questions here. Ann Watman. Henry asks, hey, what's up, Ann? Henry asks, like this on the table, but otherwise very outgoing, tail wagging and happy. Okay, perfect. I feel bad. And don't feel bad. If you feel bad or feel sorry for them, you can't help them. Just like a human being, you know, like let's say a child that has a disability or something, you cannot help that child if you feel sorry for that child. So don't feel sorry for them. You want to help them. I'm really working at this, slowing things down, keeping sessions short and positive. Exactly. And also being honest with yourself. Remembering to breathe the anxiety out, breathe the fear, nervousness out. Breathe in strength, calm, serenity, and confidence. Kim Markey, me too, Ann Watman. You probably don't get paid nearly enough for everything you do because it's not about the money. If you will just, this is Jim Rohn, I'm quoting Jim Rohn directly. If you will just forget about the money and serve your clients to the best of your ability, they will take you by the hand and open doors for you that you never could have opened on your own. That is a direct quote from Jim Rohn, and I promise you that in my personal experience, that has been true, it's proven to be true. Okay, Kim Markey, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he doesn't. Oh, thank you, Kim. He doesn't want to go to the dentist chair. Exactly, he just doesn't want to get in the dentist chair, that's all. Vicky Hamilton, hi June, hey Vicky. And I was referring to Henry acting the way Royce does on the floor. Oh yeah, exactly. Hi June. So Ann Watman, you must be Ann Hugas on Facebook, right? I love that you're a philosopher. Thank you. I tell people I'm a philosopher that just chooses to groom as a profession, right? And then when my wife asks me to do things around the house, I remind her, honey, I'm a philosopher and I only choose to groom as a profession. No, I was kidding. Obviously, he doesn't approve of that joke. Tough crowd tonight. Look at that. Tough crowd. All right, buddy. Let me get this off of you. Okay. There we go, buddy. Now I'm going to secure him to the table by securing the lead on the grooming arm. But you see, it's not tight. Oh, and he's trying to leave. So I need that lead there just to remind him, hey, we need to stay on the table. So now, let me bring this here. There we go. Perfect. Sorry about that, guys. Oh man, I was actually working out in the back patio, and there's this sweat, dust, dander. Oh man, I almost died just now. I just almost died live on you. No, I was kidding. Okay. Let's see. TG, hey, what's up, TG? And Watman, I have several names. Yeah, exactly. Just don't call me late for dinner, right? Just kidding. Kim Marquis, good boy. I love how you're so patient. I have to be. He's not a dish, you know? Dishes don't bite. So I have to be respectful of his feelings. So anyways, so first, remember this, buddy? The coat spray? I'm gonna cover his eyes. Oh. Up. Up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Up. There we go. So we. Look at that. He's uncomfortable. It's okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is kind of alternate back and forth between, actually, so this is the red coat comb, and I do like it on big doodles, and I was thinking about using it on him, which is why I took it out and cleaned it, but with smaller dogs, I feel like this handle is just kind of too big to really be effective in these areas, you know, down here. And also my hands start to cramp up around here, you know, because the handle's so big. It's made to prevent that, but I think the bigger handle actually, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna alternate back and forth between using this and this, the mat rake, the dematting rake with the little blades on it. That way, see, this is gonna tug too much. It's gonna pull too much on those little tangles down here, close to the skin, see that? So, I mean, see, and it can work. So in the areas where it is gonna be able to, I'm gonna be able to work it gently. I'm gonna use this to work it out. But the areas where it's tangled a little bit too much and too thick, I'm gonna use this. That way, it doesn't pull too much and stress them out too much. Let me see, what else is, Kim Marquis. Oh wow, I never thought of them getting on by themselves. Great idea, exactly. Because then they feel like he feels like he wasn't just placed on this table. You know, this isn't just happening to him. He feels like he walked on the table on his own, you know, like he had some say in what happened here, you know. So, you know, I want him to feel like I'm working with him, not just working on him. Ann Watman, do you ever have time to list your products? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I'll kind of, you know, like this, I'll name the products, I guess, as I'm using them. Okay, so but I don't want to use this everywhere because it does cut, live hairs as well because you're going through it with the blade. So I don't like to use it everywhere if I don't have to. So I'll just put that there. Right, buddy? Now I'll just start with his head here because he's kind of sensitive for his feet and everything, so I'm just going to do that later once I comb out his head. I'm going to comb up. I usually comb down just by habit, but with the Bichon, we want that round head. We want the hair to stand, so I'm going to comb up. There we go. Put my mask on. Oh, what is that? Is there a difference between using the Resco comb or a Greyhound comb? I got bit in my grooming kit, but never learned the difference between, both. In my grooming kit, but never learned the difference to when to use one or the other. Just whatever comfortable for you, really. And Watman, thanks. I wanted to know about conditioner and shampoo. Okay, perfect. Right now, I don't remember the name of the shampoo. I'm using a shampoo I got at PetSmart. I saw the ingredients and it looked pretty nice. Because I ran out of shampoo and I forgot to tell my wife that I was running low. So she didn't have time to order it. So anyways, I'm using this shampoo. I'll show it to you guys once I'm ready to do the bath. There we go. See that? See how by combing it up, it makes the hair look fuller already? Look at that. That ear looks fuller, right? I don't know if you can see, but anyways, maybe better angle this way. There we go. See that? The ear looks fuller than this ear, just by combing it up like that, right? So now we want to comb the inside as well. Good boy. Good boy, Royce. You're such a good boy. So then I hold the base, right? The base of the hair and just work it out. Because right here it's stuck. It won't come out. So you hold it at the base of where it's stuck so it doesn't pull on the skin too much. And you just kind of pick at it with the comb. You don't want to pull at it. You just want to tap, what was it? Pat and pull. Crystal LaCroix. She gave me a really awesome way to describe it. It's pat and pull, pat and pull. So, like that. So that, just kind of just working at it. So you're not pulling at it, you're not tugging at it. You're just kind of patting it. Teasing it almost. Like that. Then you tease it enough, and those mats start crying. They can't take it. They can't handle the teasing, and they just come out. I'm just kidding. Okay. So see, it's just you see how it's just too many strokes. And if you find yourself doing too many strokes, it's probably gonna irritate that part of the skin too much. It's gonna turn red. Well, too red. It's probably red anyways, but it's gonna turn like much more red. Oh, I forgot it right here. So that's when this comes in handy. So yes, unfortunately, we may cut some live hairs, but in my opinion, it's better than shaving this whole area off. You know what I'm saying? Let's at least save the rainforest. We may break a few live branches, some live trees may come down, but let's save the forest, Okay, so again, same concept. You want to grab the tip, the base, and with this thing, same thing, in and out, until it just goes through by itself. You don't want to work the tools. You want to let the tools do the work. Like that. See that? So now that we've broken through those mats with this mat break, okay, see, now that we've gone through it, now that we've gone through it with this rake, see that? That's what it got out. So it doesn't cut as much as you would think. This was wrapped around this. So the dead hair really cut that easy. It just pulls it out. So this is, Christina Pulaski said this in one of her workshops. Sometimes some of your best dematting tools are also your best carding tools. And carding simply means removing dead hair. So now, we can get the comb, and it'll go through. See that? Now the comb can go through. Look at that. There you go. Now that means that this area here probably feels much better for Royce because these mats are now out of there. Right? Good boy. There we go. So again, I want his hair to stand up. So I'm gonna comb the way I want his hair to look. You know, so the Bichon hair stands up, so I'm gonna comb this way. So everything that we're doing, even in the prep, we're doing everything with the end goal in mind. So you always wanna start with the end goal in mind. Don't start the groom until you have a good visual of like the finished dog in your mind already. And then once you can see the finished dog in your head, then you can start grooming. And everything you do is gonna take you a step closer to that finished, that end goal in mind. Right, buddy? Oh, he likes that one. Look at that. He's a philosopher. Like me, he's not a comedian. That's why my jokes were falling flat. He's a philosopher. He's a stoic. Aha! You're a stoic. Anyways. Marquis. TGTG, are you doing Asian style on him? No, I'm gonna do like a modified Bichon pet trim. So a Bichon trim, but not like such a show style, more modified for the pet owner. Kim Marquis, I love Asian styles. Yeah, right? Shit, I've been waiting for like an Asian craze to hit my whole life. Now I'm 37, married with kids, and now the Asian craze hits. Shit, I could have used this back in high school. Ming the puppy. I'm aggressive when I get groomed. Yeah. Dematter, Garfligio. Dematter combs can be very helpful. Earlier I used it on Belgian Shepherd. Got those stone-like matted hair. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Alrighty, my stoic friend. Now we understand each other. You are stoic. Okay. So we're gonna have to go through the entire dog like this. Just comb through one time. And get all that stuff in his beard, all that food particles in there. There we go. There we go. Okay. Right here behind the ears. I may have to get this dematter again. Good boy, Royce. Thank you so much, buddy. See, he's crying a little bit right here because there's gnats. I'm sorry about that, buddy. You're being such a trooper. Thank you, Royce. And just to take a moment to acknowledge his pain, I think it goes such a long ways for the dog, I mean, just in my personal experience, when I'm going through something and I let out a little whine maybe, like he did, for someone to just stop and say, hey, I understand, buddy. Thank you. You're doing such a good job. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you for your patience, Just for someone to stop and acknowledge your pain or whatever you're going through, it goes such a long way sometimes, especially with the dogs. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. My wife called. I have to take a call from my wife. Hola, saludos desde Mexico. Are we live? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I think the connection here is a little bit. Might be my phone. Oh wow. Okay, so look at that. As you comb, you'll feel like little specks of things coming out. Oh, there it is. See that? Oh shoot, where'd it go? Right there. See that? That brown little speck right there? I felt that come right out of the skin. So there it is. See that? You could feel my phone just rang again. Anyways, you could feel it on your fingers. See that right there? So you'll feel a lot of stuff like that coming out. And I always tell people it almost feels like the beads in the exfoliating scrubs. Oh, and Watson says, I love watching and listening live, but I can't stay again. Hope you'll leave this up because yeah, I'll leave this up. I want to see how you do Royce's face. Okay. This is where I'm struggling the most. Okay, perfect. I was too, Kim. You just need to be very careful. Yes, exactly. Garfiglio. Okay, so um, put that right there. Okay, thanks, G. Okay, so now we're gonna do this other side here. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, Royce. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean that, buddy. Thank you. Okay. So there's a mat right there behind his ear. And so whenever dogs have mats, the mats are already tight and pulling at their skin. So when you go in there, just be aware that that area of the skin is probably already making them feel uncomfortable. So if they react in a negative way, and the way he reacted was very, very nice, actually, very sweet. He just yelped. But if they bite or snap or do anything like that, it's really because, they're reacting to that pain. We have to try not to take things personal, especially with the dogs. Okay. So every time I feel a resist, I'm gonna pull away. I'm gonna pull out of the coat. So we go here. See that? So I feel it resisting. So I kind of fold it over and pull it out. I see a bunch of hair flying around. I'm gonna put my mask back on. See that? This is what we're trying to get, this dead undercoat. And it's so flimsy and fine that little bundle that I showed you there, it may not look like much, but there was probably, several dozen hairs, 20, probably 20, 30 hairs just in that small little bundle that you saw fly through the screen. Because they're so fine and flimsy that you can't even see them individually. It's only when they're bundled up, together that you can actually see them, So this right here is probably like hundreds of thousands of hairs, maybe, maybe hundreds, maybe not thousands, but still, that's more hairs than you would actually think, because they're so, see that? They're so fine and flimsy that you can't really even see them individually. Alrighty. You're a good boy, Royce. Look at you. Perfect. I know that mat, I felt it. I just got a big mat from behind his ear, that's why he's looking at me. Good boy. And behind the ears is normal. It's a high friction area, where the ears are rubbing against the head. So it's skin to skin friction, rubbing against each other. So the hair around there is gonna get tangled up easily, especially around the summertime and the fall, and then the heart of winter, and then the spring. Any questions? Because it's kind of boring, huh? Yeah, kind of uneventful. See that? So, um, this would be a very different video with him biting me and just a bunch of wrestling and struggling. And if I didn't take the time in the beginning, those first few minutes, less than 10 minutes probably, I'll, I probably won't. I don't go back and watch my videos. Well, most of them I don't, unless someone really complains about it. But I'm probably not gonna go back and watch it. But it was probably less than 10 minutes that I spent with him, just calming him, just getting him and putting him at ease. And so now, even though I have a scared dog that was growling and showing me his teeth, this is a very calm, not eventful video because now I've earned a little bit of his trust and I have rapport with him. Kim Markey, boss is here. BB, okay, yeah, don't get fired. Shoot. Or do. Maybe, no, it's kidding. I'm sorry, buddy, I feel that. And it might feel like this is taking forever, but really, once I actually get through his head, and then the body doesn't take that long, and then I get through the legs, that's really all the time and effort is put there. The bath isn't gonna take that long, and then the drying him doesn't take that long because all of this is combed out, beforehand. So we front load all of the work, and then the bath doesn't take too long. The haircut is easier. So if I didn't do this now, to try to comb him out after the bath, would probably be, very frustrating. So nearly impossible. So rather than go that route and have to shave him down, if I want to keep him long and fluffy and have a nice Bichon haircut, then, especially around the summertime, right now, just put in a little bit of extra work. And then we can keep him fluffy and pretty all year. Good boy, Royce. Anything? Okay. Oh, Corinne. Hey, what's up, Corinne? Or Corinne? Is it Corinne or Corinne? But anyways, it's good to see you. Oh, if you're just joining me, Corinne, I'm using this dematting rake. Well, I'm alternating between the rake. I was using this, but then I was catching my mats right here on his chin, like on chin here, but on this side. So I'm using this right now. Oh, you're good. Perfect. I'm good. You? I'm good. I'm good. Just, oh man. I did a big old lab earlier. Just a lot of brushing and dander and hair everywhere. And so I was already kind of struggling, like with all the dander in my throat. So I'm trying to, not cough so much, but, clear my throat enough so I could talk. Hey, Dermig, what's up? Dermig Ira says, hey, June and Q Puppy, what's up, Dermig? So yeah, we're just doing the comb out right now, and it's taking a little while because, he's a little nervous and he's matted and tangled, which is normal for this time of year. Not a lot this owner could have done to prevent this from happening, because in the summertime, his coat is going to be going through like an undercoat change. So you know, it's easy to blame others, you know, but when we understand what's actually going on, then we can, kind of decide what we want our role to be, what role we want to play in this situation. Alrighty. Yeah. When, once I realized what was going on and why dogs were getting shaved down, even though the dog, the owners didn't want it, and once I kind of, and also like how the skin and coat worked and everything, once I understood what was going on, then, it kind of became clear to me, it's like, what you get to choose what you want to do about it once you understand what's happening. Oh, I'm sorry about that, buddy. It was that right there. It was that right there. I'm sorry about that. You're such a good boy. Oh, does that feel better? He's leaning into it now. Yeah, right there. Did that bother you a little bit? You're a good boy, Royce. Oh, does that feel good right there? Oh, yeah, that must feel good. Okay, there you go. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it would have been easy to strap a muzzle on him when he showed me his teeth, especially earlier on the ground, on the floor, when he was showing me his teeth. It would have been easy to just slap a muzzle on him. But then I feel like he wouldn't feel understood. I feel like he would feel misunderstood if I did just put a muzzle on him, because he's not aggressive at all. He's not a mean boy at all. He doesn't want to be mean. He's just scared. And so by not putting a muzzle on him, and if he does want to bite me, allowing him to communicate his feelings through the bite, because not all bites mean the same, and he doesn't ever bite to like clamp down and hurt me. He always whenever he does bite, it's always quick, and it's always just a quick, just a quick warning kind of, like, hey, don't do that, stop it. It's never to hurt me. And so, I think by allowing him to feel understood by me, he's more motivated, I guess. There's an incentive in it for him to cooperate with me, because I am going to help him feel better. Because once he's combed out and all this mess is out of his coat and skin, he's going to feel much better and comfortable. He's not going to itch or smell bad, so the owners will like it. But, you know, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Wow. I won't mess around with the camera, but there's like two black little specks that came out right there as I combed out the dead hair out of the skin. Because what happens is when you comb out the dead hair, as it pops out of that pore, along with it comes some of that cellular debris and all of that stuff that was, the microscopic stuff that was trapped inside those pores. It kind of bursts out with those dead hairs, So it's kind of fun to see and feel too, because the skin literally feels smoother, once you go through it. The skin underneath the hair feels smoother. It doesn't feel bumpy like sandpaper or grainy. Sometimes you'll feel like the chin hair, it feels grainy. But here, because we comb him out every time I come, his skin actually feels smooth there. It's not grainy or bumpy. Okay. Now he can bite. I'm not saying that he's not gonna bite. See, he's kind of looking at me. It's a little tense right now. I can feel it's a little tense. So he may be thinking about biting me right now. But see that? He changed his mind. Perfect. So I mean it can happen, but as long as I stay calm and I just continue on like business as usual, like it's no big deal. I'm supposed to be doing this, then it's easier for him to just kind of settle down and accept what's going on because I'm not nervous about it or anxious, I'm not hesitant about it. I'm just kind of doing it like it's no big deal. And so he kind of settles down. He's like, you know what? It does feel good once he's done combing. So, it does feel better. I guess I'll let him do it. Sorry. Oh man. Losing strength in my hands. That's why I kind of lose that every time I flip it. There we go. Combing the ears up. Now see that? All we did was comb out his head, and he already looks pretty handsome, right? Look at this. Just by combing him out, look at that head. It already looks cute, right? Hey buddy, you gotta stay on the table, Royce. No, see that? Now that his head's all combed out, look how cute it looks. So now all I gotta do is kind of shape, So, just like Michelangelo says, I do not create this beautiful dog. This beautiful dog is already here. I just have to chisel away the excess. Okay. All good here, says Dermig. Corinne Bro says, is this his first groom with you? No, this is probably my 5th visit with him. I know you're doing it gently as you can, but that brought flashback with my mom used brush and pulled my tangled hair, but without the gentle, I'm sorry massage, LOL. Yeah, one of my clients actually told me that there's a saying, never let your mother brush her hair angry. Naomi Whitcomb, hi what's up Naomi from England? LLJL. Cute doggy, wish you lived in my area so you could groom my dogs, be my dog's groomer. Wow, what an honor, thank you. Corinne, bro, and hi Naomi, UK here too. Wow, Corinne, you're in UK too. Awesome. Yeah, right, fluff ball. Now we got this beautiful fluff ball. I can just scissor in the Bichon shape here for the head. Look at that. Such a cutie, right? Such a cutie. So now the head's all combed out. There we go. See, I can feel it. You can feel like the brittle hair. So, see that? La. Okay. Enough playing around. For real now. Real talk. I was kidding. Let's see here. Okay, perfect. So now that the head is done, we're gonna work from the legs up to the head, or not. There we go. Oh, sorry. There we go. Look at kind of flying through now. Most of the mats were behind the ears and on top of the head. Probably because a lot of people pet them here, you know. Probably a lot of people's finger from their grease, you know, oils from their hands, you know, petting him like that, the ears. That's probably why there's so much matting there. And so now that that hard part is done, we're literally kind of flying through now. Look at this. It's not going to take long at all. Look at that. Now his back legs, he's a little more sensitive for because he was limping on one leg when we first found him. And he was, you know, holding it. He was always walking with that rear leg up. And it was kind of skinnier than all the other legs. And I actually thought they might have to amputate it. But luckily enough, you know, he's okay. And he's gotten some meat on there on his bones. BK. BK, Burger King? I love Burger King. Nothing beats a good Whopper for me. Oh, BRB. Okay, be right back. And then BK. Be right back. And then, oh, back. Okay, perfect. Anyways. Okay. So, from the legs up to the head where we just combed. So we got the chest. And I'm just going through real quick with this. And then I'm going to follow up with the Greyhound comb behind it, follow behind it. And then we'll be ready for the bath. But before I bathe him, I am going to clip his pads, the bottom of his pads, and clip his sanitary area. Because anywhere I'm going to be shaving close to the skin, I'm going to want to do it before the bath. That way, if it does irritate or itch him, you know, then the water will help cool that back down. The bath will help cool it back down. Right, buddy? You're doing such a great job, Royce. I'm so proud of you. Seriously. You're such a good boy. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for making me look so big. I mean, so good, not big. Thank you for making me look so good. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. I actually don't have the $50 I promised him. He doesn't know that. What state and city are you in? I'm in, well, right now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia at this moment, but I live up in Suwannee. Oh, poor Floof. I'm so glad he's better. Yeah, LOL Burger King. That made me hungry. Yeah, right. Okay, so. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. See that? Did you see him? And so even though he showed me his teeth, just stay calm. And sometimes I just stop what I'm doing, or other times I just keep doing what I'm doing and, you know, not let it affect me at all. And he just calms down. There you go. Because right here in the inside of his legs, it was feeling a little probably uncomfortable for him. That's where a lot of gnats were. Right here, see that? Good boy, good boy. And right here as well. It's usually the inside of their legs, see that? You're all right. Oh, let me put my mask back on. See that? I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but just dander and stuff just pop, like just flying out of this coat here. So yeah, when I forget to put the mask back on and I start breathing that stuff in, you know, that's kind of what causes all that scratchiness in my throat, you know. So thank you guys for bearing with me with all my coughing. I know it's distracting, I know it's annoying, but you know, and I'll try to remember to keep my mask on. It's just, you know, sometimes when I'm talking, I feel like it's just, oh, it's in the way. Okay, good boy, Royce. There we go. Okay, it's the inside legs here. You're all right, buddy. He flinched a little bit. And even if he does turn and bite me, again, you just let them bite you. You know, he's letting me do uncomfortable things to him, you know, if I don't allow him to communicate his discomfort to me, you know, how is that being fair, I feel like. And also when he does realize that I do let him bite me, and he does get to just let it out, you know, he feels more understood, you know, like, but if he bites me hard now, if he bites me like really hard, that's when I put the muzzle on him. And, you know, they realize, oh, that's why I have it on, you know. And then the next time I see him, I won't start with the muzzle, you know, I'll give him another chance. You know, because I want to give them my trust before I ask them for my trust, you know, to trust me. So, okay, there's the mat right there. So, but again, this is just my philosophy. I'm not advocating for you to let dogs bite you. I understand that it's very dangerous and risky, and I guess don't try this at home kind of thing. And I always want to keep a hand on him at all times. So I can feel when he's tensing up, I can feel when he's flinching. And also, you know, the way I like to think about it is if you've seen the movie Avatar, you know, before the blue avatar rides those horses or the dragons, whatever creature they're about to, I guess, interact with, they connect their hair. They connect their hair with the animal. And then once they're connected, then they can work together, right? And I feel like that's the same way with grooming, you know? We want to make sure that we stay connected with them. And I feel like by keeping a hand on them, they can feel how I'm feeling, I can feel how they're feeling, and I want to stay connected with them while I'm working with them. Just like the movie Avatar, I love that movie. Okay. All right, what does that say? Okay. Corinne, why does my husky think he's a lap dog? Ooh la la says, because he's a husky. He's so fluffy. I do the same, June. Mary Royer. Wanda K, you are a chew toy. I guess. Naomi Whitcomb. When is one aggressive? It's so relaxed. Exactly, right? Avatar was, yeah, Dermig, Avatar was awesome. That's exactly what I'm saying. He is relaxed. But I mean, don't get it wrong. Don't get misunderstand. At any moment, he can behave aggressively, but he's not an aggressive dog. He's only behaving aggressively when he feels scared. For example, if I just touch him here, he's thinking about it. See that? He's thinking about it. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for not biting me. Oh. And also, this is my 5th time grooming him, and he's used to me touching him, so even though, okay, no reaction. Okay. All right, he trusts me. But I guarantee you, if another groomer came in and I hand my tools over, I'm like, here you go, you take over. And another groomer came and he or she started combing him back here like this. And it has nothing to do with whether or not that person is a better person or not or anything like that. Has nothing to do with the person. Has everything to do with Royce doesn't know who that new person is, and he will bite them. And it's not because he's a bad dog or an aggressive dog, because he doesn't know who that person is. There's no rapport there, there's no relationship or trust, and he's scared. So he's gonna turn around, bam, bite them. Derming, June's Dog Ninja Magic in action. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry there's no real, but this is the magic. I know that I know that this is a boring video to watch and it's very uneventful, but if you guys know the history behind Royce, this is the magic. Oh, see that? I'm sorry about that, buddy. Thank you so much, Royce, for validating me. Thank you for not making me a liar, showing everybody. Thank you. See that? So at any moment, he can turn and bite me. He's proven that several times. And right there where I caught that mat that made him feel uncomfortable, he turned and he showed me teeth. And he opened his mouth, but he didn't bite me. So there's levels. There's levels to the bite. Oh, Dermot, that's what I mean. Oh, awesome. It's not boring at all. It's awesome. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dermot. Okay. And I wish I could speed this up, but I can only go so fast because, I want to respect how he's feeling. And, I comb my daughter's hair often as practice. And my daughter invites me to. She's like, Dad, practice on my hair, And she's like, oh, that hurts, Dad, that hurts, And she's always like, Dad, remember, it hurts, And she's like, don't do it that hard, do it this, make sure you do it soft. And so, I get it. Why he turns and does that. He's like, oh, that hurt. But just like my daughter, if she tells me like, oh, Dad, that hurts. And I like slap her with the comb, bam, like, bad girl, Don't you dare tell me how to comb your hair. I'm your father. I made you. I'll destroy you. How dare you tell me how to comb your hair? Like, no. That would totally ruin the relationship, the bonding. They would totally ruin the experience. So when Royce turns and acts like that, and he snaps and says, hey, that hurt. I'm going to say, hey, buddy, I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much, Royce. Thank you for letting me know. And then each time I come and groom him, it's more and more pleasant. See that? The body usually gets combed out in no time. So it's easy to freak out when you start combing the head, and especially at the front legs, and it starts to feel like, oh my God, this is taking forever, it's gonna take forever, it's never ending, rather than lose yourself in despair, just realize that nothing is forever, everything passes, and once you get through the head and the tough parts, there are some easy parts of the dog, like the body here. It doesn't really take a lot of time or effort. But then when I get to the back legs, then I'll have to spend a little more time. Good boy, Royce. Thank you so much. Mwah, mwah. You're such a good boy, Royce. See, he doesn't like that. I'm sorry about that, buddy. So I do want to reward him when he does behave in a way that's not aggressive. He just turned away. So I want to reward him, with a little affection right there. What does that say? Oh. Nikki Elon. Hi June. You're so inspiring. I love your book. Could I ask some general grooming career advice? Yeah, shoot. Yeah, I mean, go ahead. I don't know what part of the world you're in, so you know, different words mean different things. But shoot, it means like, shoot, go ahead. Now, business questions are probably better directed towards my wife. So maybe we'll do like another sit down with my wife where we do like a live Q&A where we can do more business questions. But yeah, I mean, if I know the answer or if I feel like I can help, yeah, I'm definitely open to sharing my thoughts. Okay. Sorry, I'm going back over the same spots because when I run my fingers through them, I feel like those bundles, those clusters of dead hair. I feel it with my fingertips. So I go back over it. And sure enough, the comb catches them and pulls them right out. See all that? Alrighty. So, anybody hears any good songs these days? My favorite song right now is that Maroon 5, Girl Like You. Oh my goodness, what an awesome tune. I love that beat, that chill beat. Anyways, yes, I've been jamming to that song these days. Alrighty. Also, Ed Sheeran, Perfect. Oh man, that song never gets old. Or Rihanna, Love on the Brain. Shoot, put some love on the brain, I'll lose my mind. All right, but anyways. All right. Nikki Lon, thank you. I'm in the UK. I love grooming, work in the boarding kennels. I really want to be a groomer, but only get to do minimal without proper experience. It's hard to make the transition. Do you have any advice? Yeah, I mean, uh, just any chance you get, I would just try to get. It's just hours in the saddle. It's just doing it over and over again for hours at a time, and finding joy and finding meaning in that tedious, seemingly insignificant work, in all the seemingly insignificant tasks. And I say seemingly because, nothing, we think that, things don't matter, but everything matters, really. How you do anything is how you do everything. So, just everything you do, just try to just really take advantage of each opportunity. And the thing is, opportunity, it usually comes dressed in overalls and looks like hard work, according to Steve Jobs. So a lot of times we miss opportunity because it looks like hard work. And so we pass it up. But really, even this right here, I could shave him down and I probably wouldn't get fired, maybe, because they probably would let it go, one time. But yeah, it's like rather than look at this as, oh, this is gonna be such hard work, all this stuff, look at this as like, wow, this is an opportunity for me to use my skills and services. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. See that? He turned and bit me right here on my finger. You're all right, buddy. But he didn't bite hard. He just bit to let me know, like, hey, that hurt. You're all right, buddy. Okay. All right, now let's do the back legs. See? Let me turn this. He's already showing his teeth for the back legs here. Nikki Lon, do you have any advice? Thank you. I'm in the UK. I love. Okay, I mean, retention. Do you have any advice? Yeah. I mean, just I guess yeah. Just the advice would be every chance you get, just try to do your try to. Thank you. I'm keeping amazing. Oh, thank you. But I mean, I guess how I got started, I just every dog I washed, I really just tried to get in there and really feel the dog's skin and feel the difference. How did it feel after the shampoo? How did it feel after the conditioner? What is the difference? How does it feel if I don't use conditioner? Like how does it feel when the dog air dries? How does the coat feel when it's air dried? When I brush it afterwards? How does it feel when it's hand dried? All these things. You just wanna get in there and get your fingers in there and literally feel it because it's a very feel type job. See that? He turned and looked at me. He's about to bite me. But again, the way I'm holding his leg, I want to reassure him that he's okay and I'm not going to harm him by the way I'm holding him. I want to communicate through my touch, through the way I touch. See that? He gave me a warning. Thank you so much, buddy. Oh, thank you. See, he gave me a warning. He was like, hey. See, so now this is a little bit tricky because there is a mat here that I'm working out. And so, but I'm exposed, I'm kind of open, If he wanted to turn and bite me, he totally could. Oh no. See that? Let's see what we got, buddy. Thank you so much. Look at that. So, got through that without getting bit. And so here's a little, at the risk of looking or sounding crazy, please don't call somebody, tell people, like, hey, we need to get him in a safe place. We won't harm nobody. I know this sounds crazy. Let me just preface with that. I am aware that this sounds crazy, okay? I haven't lost my mind. But I imagine him not biting me and just really appreciating what I'm doing and understanding what I'm doing. And I imagine him behaving calmly and accepting this. And then I convince myself, just through rationalizing, I kind of use arguments in my own head. I tell myself, he's gone through this several times. He's never really harmed me, seriously. And, he knows who I am. This is not going to be an issue. And, it's about time that he does, just kind of relax and know what I'm doing. And things like that. I just kind of, convince myself that it's possible. And then I just do it I don't allow myself to hesitate about it. I just do it. I tell myself, don't do it unless you're gonna do it. Then just do it. But anyways, so yeah, that's how I get this to happen. So whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. There you go, buddy. Right here around his pads, real thick and matted. Oh. There we go. There we go. Got it. Man, good boy. So now that we went through with the dematting rake on his leg, oh man, he passed gas. Ooh-wee. Wow, impressive, buddy. Impressive. That was a whoa. And I get that a lot. When I was reading like books about dogs and massaging dogs and things like that, they say they pass gas as you massage them and things like that, and release toxins from their skin as we're combing him. They pass gas, and they say they'll either burp or fart. They usually fart, but I prefer the burp. Look at him. He's like, nah, bruh, you ain't getting no burps from me, bruh. You getting farts all day. That's cool. That was impressive though, man. Wow, you pack a punch. No match for my No, I was kidding. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. And the thing is, now it feels so softer. Like the areas where I did comb, it feels much softer, fluffy, There we go. And cleaner. It looks cleaner too. It looks whiter. Now somebody watching this may say, just wash him. Just wash him already. What are you taking so much time for? Because I feel like it's better to remove all of this before the bath. That way the pores are clear and the water in the shampoo has the room that it needs, the space it needs in those pores to get into the skin and actually do a really good deep conditioning and cleansing. And so I just feel like we get the best results when we comb before we bathe them, when we comb all of this out. And the amount of effort it takes for me to get it out with the comb tells me that no matter how good the water pressure is, the water is just not going to get this out for us, And then I feel like how clean is the dog really going to be with all of this dirty underwear still in his skin? So just like I would take off my dirty underwear before I take a shower tonight so that my skin can get clean, I'm removing his dirty underwear before I give him a bath so that his skin can get clean, And I guess we could do it after the bath. It's better than not doing it, but you just get better results, when you do it before the bath. And also, the haircut afterwards, not only is it going to be very easy, but it's going to feel, the finished result is just going to look so much better just by honoring, the process. And nature requires our time, That's the one thing that we cannot get, we cannot speed up through digital, technology and digital advances in technology and all this stuff. We still cannot speed up nature. You can't make an oak tree grow any faster. I mean, I guess you could with some miracle grow and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, nature, it really tries to remind us to honor the moment and, really treasure the time that you're spending with the dog and this time that you have here, because it's irreplaceable, it's priceless, And I think that's why nature creates activities like this, grooming our dog, that kind of requires our time and our effort. It makes us take a step back from our busy schedule, He doesn't care if I have like another appointment in an hour or anything like that, His skin is still going to require the same amount of work and time. And the only way I can actually say that I've done the work is if I actually do the work, and and it takes time. So that's why I say grooming is such honest work. I remember seeing a show called I think it's called Ainsley. Ainsley Eats the Streets. So it's this chef who goes around and eats like street foods on Netflix. And I didn't watch all of the episodes, but I saw one episode where he takes a bite of something. He goes, a good dish never lies. And I love that line because I feel like a good groom never lies, you know? Because actually took the time and I combed this hair out, there's no possible way this hair can grow back, you know, within a day or two. It's gonna take several weeks. So the next time I come back, the hair that's still here, it'll be older, and this hair will be ready to comb out. And while the newer hairs that grow in to replace this one will be coming in. So he'll always have a fresh coat. But this doesn't happen without taking the time. I can't just download it, you know? And I can't just fluff up a report and make it seem like I did it. Okay. Dermig, it doesn't sound crazy at all. I think that dogs pick up on nervousness and fear and react to the tension. Yes, exactly. Wanda K, intention can be powerful. Exactly. Intention, the power of intention. Claudia, are you only brushing his hair or is he getting a bath? He's getting a bath, but he's gonna get a bath after I brush him. Just tuning in, but judging by the title, this is what I need. If possible, you can leave this up so I can watch. Yeah, I'll leave this up. So now this side is almost all brushed out. And by brushing, technically it's combing. We combed him, but you know, I kind of use the terms interchangeably. Because either way, whether you brush or comb, the idea is still the same. It's carding the coat. And carding just simply means removing the dead hairs from the skin. So as long as we accomplish the goal, you know, how we accomplish the goal is really your artistic preference. Okay. I used to use a slicker brush, but now if I can avoid using a slicker brush, I like to avoid it because I've just been noticing a lot of slicker brushes. I have little scrapes and cuts on my fingers at the end of the day, you know, and they hurt. And I realized if I'm getting little cuts and scrapes and bruises on my fingers and my arms, you know, from the slicker brush, you know, I'm sure the dogs are getting, you know, some as well. Maybe not all over their body, but I'm sure they're getting some scrapes and, you know, cuts from the slicker brush. Maybe so small we can't see, you know, in areas. So I just feel like if I can avoid using a slicker brush, I will. But I'm not saying don't use a slicker brush, because when you do, again, you can pat and pull, you know. So with the slicker brush, same thing, just pat and pull instead of, you know, scraping down the skin. Okay, so now the tail. And the tail is easy to overlook because you feel like, it's, you know, not gonna be much to comb, but actually the tail is usually where you have a lot of these mats and crusty, scabby areas on the skin. See that? He's reacting. All right, buddy. Because it's uncomfortable. There you go. Thank you. Alrighty. And you'll see the haircut. Oh, you're okay, buddy. You're alright. When I do the haircut doesn't take long at all. Maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour, you know. But the haircut really, it doesn't take long. It's actually very enjoyable. I love doing the haircut. But for me, it's like everything that I have to do to get to the haircut, all the steps that I have to do in order to, you know, get the hair prepared for a nice haircut, you know, that's where I feel like all the labor and the effort, you know, all of that is put in the front. And then at the end, it's that nice, fun haircut. You get to be creative. You know, and the dog feels like, yay, we're done, you know, and they feel happy. Okay. And And again, if he wants to lay down, I don't stop him. I let him lay down. See how good that looks compared to the other side? So look this. This side I did come out a little bit, but not that much. But see that? Still, it looks smooth now, right? And then look at this side. You know, smooth. There we go. Well, any comments coming in? Michelle, oh, hey, what's Michelle? Michelle O'Brien from Ireland. Thanks for doing Bichons recently, June. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Alrighty. So now, just going on this front leg one more time just to double check. Okay, so now it's time to do this back leg. This is the leg that he was limping on, well, you know, like holding up, and he wasn't able to walk on when we first found him. And it looked like a useless leg to me. It just kind of looked like a dead, you know, limb just hanging there off his side. But now he's actually able to use it. He's walking on it, you know, kind of standing on it sometimes. So he still has trouble, you know, walking on it though. So when I do this leg, he may try to attack me, and that's okay. Totally fine, because it's his leg that I'm messing with, you know? I'm messing with his uncomfortable leg. That's probably making him feel uncomfortable, and he's communicating his discomfort with me. Now, if I react negatively and get angry and upset with that, I have now broken the line of communication, you know? Because that's not how friends act. When he tells me, see that? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy, I'm sorry about that. When he turns around and says, hey, stop that, and I say, yeah, you know, then the friendship is instantly broken. All right, so I'm gonna get that dematting tool and work on that final leg. Then once we get that leg brushed out, he'll be ready for the bath. Okay. Claudia says, my dog will let the groomer brush him and clean him, but won't let me. And it may be because the dog has recognized him as the person in his life that does that, and maybe he doesn't really, you know, feel like that's your role or something. But just calmly, confidently do it. And if he reacts, just like it's no big deal, and just continue to do it. And then he'll probably be like, maybe she's supposed to be doing this. Nikki Hammond, just my opinion, you know, suggestion. Since watching, learning from you, I have really upped my brushing game. Oh, awesome. And can say from firsthand experience, you're 100% right. We have nicer skin and hair. Oh my goodness, all just from brushing. Exactly. It's not really the products, you know, it's the brushing. It's your elbow grease. And elbow grease is available to everybody for free. You have an unlimited supply of it. Okay, so now I'm gonna be using this one. See, look at that. All of that from the tail. Oh, let me blow my nose a little bit. Alrighty, cause dogs like you get groomed by guys like me. Say when I come through, I groom dogs like you. Right, buddy? Say dogs like you, like just want fun. And I do too. Alrighty. Oh, we didn't lose anybody? Oh, wow. I'm sorry about that, I know. Okay, let me see if I can get a better angle so you guys see what's going on. Okay, maybe that'll work. Okay, so I've already done here. Now I'm about to do this back leg here. Whoa, 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 don't just walk off the table, buddy. No, don't do it, bro. You have so much to live for. Don't do it, bro. Don't jump. Okay. So, see, he's already uncomfortable with me just even handling this leg. There we go, buddy. You're okay. Man, the first time I groomed him, even just touching this leg, he would turn and hide it from me and like that. He would show me his teeth and he would make that sound, like a weird sound, like he was really scared and angry, you know. But now he's looking at me like that was such a horrible impression. I do not sound like that. But anyways, that's how it sounded to me, bro. Anyways, but now, I mean, he's not really reacting at all. Probably his leg looking and feeling much better has a lot to do with it. You know, it's probably not as, you know, painful or uncomfortable for him now, but still, I mean, huge 180 from when he first got groomed by me, and I was trying to comb this leg out. Good boy. He still can't put a lot of pressure on it. Like, I can't lift the other leg and put all his weight on this leg. So when I do kind of lift him, if I need him to leave this leg on the table, then I kind of support his weight a little bit as well. Like, if I lift him like that, see, I have my arm under his belly, and I'm still supporting his weight. So I'm not putting all the weight on this bad leg. Good boy. Oh, you're okay, buddy. Alrighty. So I'm going into these mats back here, but it's still not getting a reaction from him, which is really good. I think he's thinking about it, but he's not really. Good boy, good boy. And it may be that he's finally, you know, gets what I'm doing. You know, that once this is all combed out, he actually does feel much more comfortable and less itchy. There you go. So now that I've gone through with this and kind of cleared away this bulk, now I can go through with this. Oh, I can go through with this. Hold on one second. I'm running low on batteries, so I'm gonna have to plug in my charger. Alrighty. You're doing so good, buddy. Cause dogs like you get groomed by guys like me. Said when I come through, I groom dogs like you, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a dog like you, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said a dog like you. Watch Adam Levine contact me, dude. I'm suing for the murder of my song. Pressing charges. Anyways. Oh man, sorry about that Maroon 5. Man, Good boy. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm kind of just with this fine side of the Greyhound comb, just kind of going through and making sure I got everything. Just double checking. And the reason why it seems kind of like obsessive, like OCD, is because just like when you're raking leaves, it would be nice if you were able to just get all the dead leaves in one rake, in one swipe. But unfortunately, that's just not how nature works. So you just have to keep going over it, and it keeps getting some more each swipe. So, but then you get to the point where you got all the dead leaves, you just have to keep at it. Okay, so now the comb is going through nice and smooth. It's not catching anywhere that I can tell. There we go. See, so I'm holding him up so he doesn't have to put weight on there. Perfect. Not perfect, excellent. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now, I'm dying. Freedom 1717. Call that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I just needed some water. Alright, so I got this fine-toothed side of the Greyhound comb all through the coat now. All through, look at that. All through the coat. That. Alright, so then now I can do the close shaving. I want to get rid. Oh, Derma said, see, you need to sing more. Nice, thank you, Dermig. Oh my goodness. Everybody could use a friend like you, buddy. Man, everybody put me down for my singing voice. Shoot, they don't know. They don't know the hurt I go through. They don't know the pain. No, I was kidding. The pain of a struggling artist. Shoot, trying to make it in the music industry. Shoot, you don't know. All right. And you got me like, oh, what you want from me? What you want from me? And I tried to buy your pretty heart, but the price too high. And you got me like, oh, woo. Anyways, what did I say? Hi, Freedom. See, you came out. You came right on time. What's up, Freedom? I'm sorry. All right. Now we're playing around. Can you believe I get paid for this? Alrighty. Alrighty. So that's why, for a while there, I was apologizing when people would pay me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to charge for this. Alrighty. I thought you weren't allowed to have fun while you're working. You know, it's like, I don't know. When I was working in the office, it just seemed like the guy with the biggest frown on his face, the most intimidating guy in the office was usually the one the highest paid. So just felt like that's just how you had to be at work, just miserable. And the more miserable you were, the more they paid you. But yeah, come to find out, man, people still pay me, even though I have a lot of fun while I'm doing it. Okay. And I'm just skimming. I'm just skimming over the foot. I'm not going into the pads, see? So there's still hair between the pads, but it's just, you can see the pads and it's nice and clean now because I just skimmed. So you're not trying to dig in there. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, see, oh, I'm gonna, see that? How it's shorter and longer as I turn this nozzle, this knob here. So I'm gonna make it long. See that? The longest length possible. That way, less of a chance to irritate that skin. And if they sit down like that, that's okay. What I like to do is I just tuck my hand, I put my hand all the way through here, right? All the way through and up and hold their tail like that. So that way their tail's out of the way. Now he can't sit. And he really can't move because I have him controlled. I have him close to my body. Let me see if you can see. So that's the hold there. So I'm just gonna stick my hand through, so the bend of my elbow is like right here. So I'm gonna bend my elbow up, lift his tail up, then sniff. No, I was kidding. You don't have to do that. And then you have clear access. So now, even if he does try to sit, he's just gonna sit on my arm. And his tail's out of the way. So now, boom, right there. Then, because I can't put a lot of weight on this side here because this leg here, I'm gonna lift this leg first, right? And then, go through. Oh. And you're always just skimming, Well, I am at least. I don't really like to dig into the skin or touch the skin too much, with the clipper blades. I just like to skim. And so now on this side, because I can't put a lot of weight on that side, as I'm lifting his leg, see that? I'm gonna have my hand. So I put the bottom of my hand here, up here, so it's lifting him up, right? And I can still hold his leg here with my index finger and my thumb, right? And so I lift this leg up like that, but still with the back of my hand, I'm holding up his body weight a little bit. And that way, there's not a lot of weight or pressure on that leg there. See that? Even though he tried, he's just on my hand. He just kind of sits and puts the weight on my hand. There we go. There we go. And so now, when I lift him up here, I'll show you. See that? Nice. Look at that. Maybe I'll stop stroking you like that. What is this, rated X? Okay. So now, since I clip dirty hair, what I like to do is I like to spray it. Let me turn this a little bit. Oh, good. Good job, Royce. Oh my goodness. You're such a good boy. Okay, so now I'm gonna spray this with the clipper care, right? And that way, I'm just gonna let it sit and sanitize it. Okay. Alrighty. Freedom 1770. Is it hot over there? When I'm walking to a room, baby, It's hot anywhere. No, I was kidding. No, it's not really hot, and I actually do have a fan here. It's just, you know, I'm, I tend to sweat. You know, I'm a sweater. um, that Dermig, LOL. Spider app. What's a spider app? Freedom 1717. What are you doing? Yeah, I know. I ask myself that all the time. Like, what am I doing? That's a good question. The glamorous life. Oh, good boy. Yeah, LOL. Good answer. Okay. Um, Freedom 17. If he has match between pads. Oh, if he had mats between the pads. Okay. Yeah. If he had mats in between the pads, I would shave the mats out. You're right. And I would use the longer setting, like the 10 blade, not the shorter setting, so I don't scrape too much of the skin. But I would try to either cut the mats out with scissors, or I would clip the mats out, you know, in between the pads, if the pads were matted. But then the next time, I would just like comb it out, you know, comb in between the pads, and if it's not matted, I wouldn't do it the next time. So now, check the ears real quick. Okay, the ears look pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry. Just getting a little bit of that. Okay, ears look nice, good job. Now, oh, the glamorous life. I wish you lived in AZ. I have a Bichon and getting new puppy Bichon. If you, oh, good, congratulations. Bichons are the best. They really are. Cell phone is broken. Spider app. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna brush his teeth real quick. That way, first of all, I tend to forget sometimes to brush their dog's teeth, and so I've been trying to remember to do it before I even bathe them. And also that way, if it gets like messy, if the toothpaste gets all over their face, you know, we're doing it before the bath so I can rinse it off. And so it has these little bristles, you see that? Little scrubbing bristles on the fingers. And right now I'm using True Dog Gel Me. And so put some of that dental gel on the glove fingertips. Now I'm gonna, if you're gonna stick your finger in a dog's mouth that's already told you that he might bite you, you just have to do it very confidently without any hesitation. Because if he senses any hesitation in my fingers, ow, he just bit me. But ouch, there you go. Well, at least we got the back teeth. But if he senses any hesitation in my finger, to, you know, like, oh, you know, shakiness or any nervousness, he'll resist it. But because I just went in there and just did it without any hesitation, no problem. Brushed all his teeth, even his back teeth. Okay, my husband hates the regular Bichon cut, so we get the puppy and teddy bear cut. You do such a great job. Thank you. What do you use to keep their hair really white? Comb. Just comb out all the brown dead hair. Oh, he wants to eat it. Wanda K, thank you for your inspiration. I have an older Cocker Spaniel with bad hind legs, trying to keep him trimmed up myself, but know nothing. And I'm challenged by myself, and I am challenged myself having MS. Oh, it is a slow process. Yeah, and just remember, there's no expiration date on a good groom, you know? You just take your time, especially if it's your personal dog. You don't have a time limit. You don't have to get it done in one day. Just work in steps. Maybe one day to try one leg, the next day do the other leg, you know, things like that. You can break it up. Michelle O, currently brushing out my own beads. Oh, good for you. Perfect. So, time for the bath. Alrighty. See, so it kind of seems, it feels like it's gonna take forever and we're never gonna get to the bath, you know? But no, once you actually get through all of that, look at that, then it's really, you know, see that? We only have to really put in that time and effort once. And so to put it first, to front load that work, you know, all the effort, and then everything else is easy from now on. We're gonna get a nice clean wash. It's gonna rinse easier. It's gonna dry easier. Michelle, do you have a boy or a girl? I have always had, okay. So I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, and I'm gonna take him with me so there's no chance of falling off the table. And also he can watch me. It's a dominance. That's good. All right, actually, I'll let you down, buddy. There you go. All right. Okay. All right. So now that I've given you guys a thorough display of human bodily functions, let's see. The glamorous like LOL. Shih Tzus are Shih Tzus and rat terriers are awesome. LOL. Feeling like my ladies would be mad if I don't give them a shout out. All Nikki, those are cute breeds. Hey Daisy, like the flower. What's up, Daisy? Freedom Sense. Do you use ALS, the Activate brushes for such breeds? I don't know. I'm not familiar with it, so I guess I don't use it. Michelle, I have a boy named Charlie. Charlie, but two of my friends have the same female Bichons, and I won't lie, they're a lot less friendly. Some Bichons can be like that. I think it's just because they're so smart. Do you have any suggestions for new puppies to get them used to grooming? I want to try. Yeah, just get them comfortable with the brushing and use the comb or the brush as an extension of your own hand, and do it very gently in a loving way. Michelle, thank you. Okay, perfect. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be bent over on the tub here, giving him a bath. I'm gonna plug this from the charger here. Oh, sorry. So I'm just gonna be giving him a bath here. Oh, and then I did mention that I'll show the shampoo. So this is a shampoo I'm using. It's Only Natural Pet shampoo and conditioner, 2-in-1. And I like to use shampoo and conditioner combo because it doesn't strip the oil so much. The ingredients are really nice. But anyways, and then I'm gonna use this avocado allergy relief spray, soothes allergies. But more than that, the avocado oil and the aloe vera is just really nice. So the ingredients is organic aloe vera juice, avocado oil, panthenol, jojoba oil, and fragrance. So I'm gonna use that after I bathe him. While he's still wet, spray this on his coat, let it set in, comb it through, and then dry him out and fluff him. This is what I found when I searched up furry, LOL. Snowy the Ice Wolf. Wow, you found this when you searched furry. Okay, well, I am kind of furry, I guess. Glamorous, right? I could have a nice soak in that. Yeah, exactly, right? Shoot, I'm gonna jump in there. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash and dry him, which will probably take about an hour, because I let the shampoo soak. I give him a nice massage, rinse him. Rinsing time takes more. You wanna spend twice as long rinsing them as you did lathering them. Just a good general rule of thumb, so you get a nice clean rinse. And then drying him, I'm gonna fluff him out and dry him. So total is probably gonna take about an hour. So I'll be back in about an hour and I'll stream the haircut live. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Sorry about the coughing, the bathroom break, sneeze, blowing. It's like I put on a clinic today of all bodily functions possible in the human body. Anyway, except for the fart, but Royce took care of that. Anyways, Days of the Flower. Thank you guys. Snowy the Wolf, Nikki Hammond, Kay, going to cook dinner. See you guys all soon. Wow, Nikki Hammond, you're gonna come back? Thank you. So Fugget. Whoa. The username is So Fugget. That bathroom is more elegant than any dining room I've ever. Yeah, right. Who lives like this? Who lives like me? Welcome to my house. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Always love you, Jim. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, the glamorous life just. You don't have to. Oh my God, you don't have to do that. Oh my goodness, it puts a lot of pressure on me. You don't have to. You don't have to give me money. Thank you so much. I'll take it though. Shoot, I take the money. Anyways, Nikki Hammond, always love you, June. Thank you. Thank you for streaming. So fuck it, you do. Pimp my toilet. The Glamorous Life. Corey, darn, I can't see your comments here. So fuck it is my friend. Oh wow, all that's okay. It's a tip. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I receive it with gratitude. I really do. Thank you. So fuck it says boo. Glamorous Life, you gave great suggestions. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Wow, we've already been on for about 2 hours. That took about 2 hours. It wouldn't have taken 2 hours if I wasn't stopping and reading comments, of course, you know? So, but about an hour and a half is usually about how long it takes for me to get all that done. So it didn't take that much longer than it normally would have. But thank you guys for joining me for that part. Step one and step two, that was build rapport and prep the coat. And now I'm about to do step three, which is wash and dry. And then I'll come back live for step four, which is the haircut and the finish. So I'll see you guys. Thank you so much. I feel the love. Oh my God.